So the WNBA MVP race is heating up. Not really. Not really. Can Caitlin Clark win MVP? Not this year. I think over the totality of the season, she's not winning MVP. I will say, though, that the only argument you can have against A'ja Wilson is that her team kind of sucks, which means Breanna Stewart is going to win the award. But I think when we're talking about the WNBA MVP, that the race is now, so as much as anything, the field is catching up to A'ja. I still don't think, as of right now, Caitlin Clark is top. Caitlin Clark right now is probably fourth in MVP. It goes A'ja, Sabrina, Fee Collier, Caitlin Clark. She's fourth. I would say fourth. I know whatever the bookies odds are, but like, there's 4 people tied on minus 6,000 or on plus 6,000. But if you believe Caitlin Clark is the best player in the world, subscribe. We're trying to hit 27.5k by the end of the day. And lads, that is something that I'm being honest. That is a debate. You can debate Caitlin Clark is the best player in the world. I'm going to be completely honest with that. If you think Caitlin Clark is the best player in the world, I think we've seen enough in the last 10 games where she has been the best player in the NBA or WNBA over the last 10 games to make that argument. Especially, it depends on what you value. Because for me, she is literally doing what Breanna Stewart is doing, but better. Like everything Breanna Stewart has done, Caitlin Clark, in my opinion, over the last 10 or so games has done it, but better. I think right now, Caitlin Clark is a little bit better than Breanna Stewart. I think we all know how MVP voting goes. We all know that team success matters. And you might be saying, oh, they went from the worst team to the WNBA. They weren't the worst team in the WNBA. They're gonna go plus 7 wins this season. Whereas we've never seen, for example, Luka Doncic, when they were the 5th seed in 2021, and he had averaged a 30-point triple-double for a month, was like stupidly high, was never, or say not 2020. And like his stats were stupidly high. Was never in that conversation because there was a team winning near 70 games or on track to do that in Milwaukee. There was what LeBron was doing in LA, how good the Lakers were. So team success obviously is taken into account. And sometimes your individual play is at a level so high that you win MVP. And that's what's happening with A'ja Wilson, is that her individual play is at such a high level. But the issue with it is that, again, her team is not very good. And it's not that the players are bad. It's that there's something is going on wrong with the Aces. I don't know what it is. And I think as the year goes on, the questions about A'ja might become more and more prevalent because I think people just want to debate something. The Rookie of the Year debate, you look dumb. I'm being dead serious. You look dumb if you are arguing against Caitlin Clark for being a Rookie of the Year. And I think at this point in the WNBA season, if you are arguing for anyone but A'ja Wilson for MVP, you also look dumb based on the totality of the season. But you look less dumb arguing the MVP than arguing the Rookie of the Year. Like, most bookies don't even take bets on Rookie of the Year anymore because it's won. Like, when something is a guarantee, they don't take bets on it because they're like, someone could put as much money as possible on a minus 1,000 bet. And yeah, they just win a little bit of money, but you're guaranteed to lose money. Most bookies won't even take bets on Rookie of the Year. So that's where the conversation has steered. But let's not jump the gun on the MVP conversation. She's not the MVP. Caitlin Clark is not the MVP. And I hate to say this, she's not the MVP because of those first 15 games of her career. First 15, 16, 17 games where she was good. She was Rookie of the Year through 17, 18 games. But we can't forget that right as her triple-double was there, right as Angel Reese had that 27-10 game in a win against Seattle Storm, when at that point in her career, I don't think Caitlin Clark had beaten a team above 500. Like, we were looking at the odds of Angel Reese being like plus 400 and Caitlin Clark being minus 700 or something. Like, it was close. The Rookie of the Year was close. And look, Angel Reese has not been that much worse since then. Caitlin Clark's just been so much better that the Rookie of the Year race is now over. But the whole season counts for the MVP. Caitlin Clark, for the entirety of the season, is not in the MVP race. If you don't think A'ja Wilson should win MVP, that's fine. But I think if you're not going to go for A'ja, it's still at this, for the season, for the totality of the season, it's Breanna Stewart. Like, the Liberty were beating the Sun. They're beating some of the best teams in the WNBA without Stewie. Sabrina's been their best player. And you might be saying, oh, they have a super team, so you can't vote for any of them for MVP. Then who are you going to vote for? Like, no one's going to vote for Alyssa Thomas. There's a 12-team league. They're all super teams. Like, the Liberty are a super team. The Sun have 5 All-Stars as starters. Like, the Sun starters, obviously Ty Harris is starting, but let's just say hypothetically they bring in Marina Mabry. Marina Mabry is an all-star level player. Dejanay Carrington is an all-star level player. Bree Jones, Alyssa Thomas, and Dwan Bonner were all-stars. 5 all-star starters. Third place is the Minnesota Lynx, who have just been brilliant. They have just been brilliant. But, like, they didn't have anyone that was an all-star, but Courtney Williams, Alana Smith are elite players. Bridget Carlton, again, is an elite player. No superstars, but they just play the best team basketball. Then you've got, at 4, the Seattle Storm. A literal super team. They've got 4 all-stars. And now they brought in Gabby Williams. They got 5 all-star level players. The Aces have 4 Olympians. So, like, if you're going to hold it against somebody not being part of a super team, heck, Caitlin Clark's team are below 500 and they've got 3 all-stars. The Chicago Sky are in free fall and they've got Angel Reese and Kennedy Carter. There's only 12 teams in the league. None of these teams suck, really, except for the Sparks. The Sparks are the only team that really suck. Maybe the Sky, but that's it. Like, the Dallas Wings are decent. The Dallas Wings. Like, this is a Dallas Wings team with Maddie Seegers, who's averaging 15 a game. Satu, Arike. Like, they should be a good team. But no, they're not. So you can't hold it against a player for having good teammates because every player has good teammates. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, look, I'm as big a Caitlin Clark fan as anybody. I think Caitlin Clark should go into next season as the MVP favorite. That is my opinion. The way things are right now, she should go into next season as the MVP favorite. Simple as that. I think Rookie of the Year, look, bookies aren't even taking bets. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's over. It's over. There's no point even debating anymore. So because the Rookie of the Year debate's over, I get it. A lot of people, you want to talk about topics, and whereas the Rookie of the Year was a hot topic, I think more and more we're now going to start to talk about the MVP as a hot topic. But no, A'ja Wilson is having a historically great year. They're going to flame out in the playoffs more than likely. Heck, I don't think the Aces right now are any better. If they are better, they're that much better than the Fever. I don't think the Aces are better than the Storm, the Lynx, the Sun, or the Liberty. And I think that it's going to be a good year because A'ja Wilson's probably going to get some viewers. I don't think they're going to win the playoffs, but going to be getting viewers there, and it's going to be a fun playoffs. But can we not jump the gun on Caitlin Clark? Like, if there was a second half of the season MVP, she could win it. If the first 15 games of the season didn't count, Caitlin Clark would be neck and neck with A'ja for MVP. But she's not MVP. She's just not. It would be like if in the NBA season, it would be like giving Wemby MVP or something. But obviously they were tanking and trying to lose. It's like giving somebody who performed at an all-star level for the first half of the season, but barely an all-star level. Like, I know she was being doubled and all this and that, and it was the team's fault, yada, yada. All those are valid points. But her actual performance was that of an all-star. But like a scrape into an all-star. Scrape into the all-star team. And then coming up in the 5 or 6 games before the all-star break, she was looking like one of the top 5 players in the league. And then she has come after the all-star break and looked like the best player in the league. So there are different stages. Let's not jump the gun, and let's not just talk about, let's just not just put recency bias in there. There was a Rookie of the Year debate through 18 games. There was. As much as people want to say there wasn't, there was. Caitlin Clark has just risen to another level, and then risen to another level, and now is at a level ahead of that. The level Caitlin Clark is at right now is an MVP level. But you can't win an MVP playing at an MVP level for just over a quarter of the season. And that's the difference between Caitlin Clark and a Sabrina Ionescu or an A'ja Wilson. I think Caitlin Clark is all WNBA first team, and I think if you are saying she's not all WNBA first team, that's crazy. I just think to be the MVP, you got to be playing at an MVP level for the entirety of the season. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.